Hello everyone, I'm CGTN reporter Hu Chao, and now we are live in the Qianqingtang Village in Linxian County, Lyuliang City, in northern China's Shanxi province. And as the Dragon Boat Festival is around the corner, Chinese people has been preparing for the traditional occasion. And a must-have delicacy for this occasion is zongzi. So that is the reason why we visit this village here, because this village is a small village, but it has developed a big zongzi industry. Every household in this village makes zongzi for sales, and the village produces tens of thousands of zongzi a year, worth more than 100 million yuan. As the Dragon Boat Festival is coming, local villagers have been putting on some folk culture performances to attract more tourists. So for more on this, we are joined by an expert on the folk culture, and here is our guest today, Miss 温东霞。老师，您可能需要收一下您的伞。收一下这个伞。哎，对。So you are actually from the local folk culture research association, right? 您是来自咱们当地的民俗文化研究会是吗？
对，民俗文化研究会的当地的。
So please introduce us more about these performances. 就是您能给我们简单介绍一下咱们今天这个展演是一个什么样的内容吗？
咱们这个展演呢，其实我们临县呢。是一个革命老区，同时呢，在我们以前的生活当中，也许不仅仅是我们这个临县这个地方了，可能我们全国有很多地方曾经的生活都是这个样子的。
The performances is actually demonstrating the old life in this mountainous area, which used to be a revolutionary area where the Eight Root Army used to set their offices here. 这是还原了一个过去的生活。
对，还原，因为对于那个老年人来说，这是一种回忆；对于年轻人来说，这是去了解我们曾经的一些地方文化。
Visitors can know more about the past, the history of this village through this folk performances, and actually they're performing the agricultural culture here. 就是它其实是一个farming culture， 就是农耕文化。
对，农耕文化，以前种地的比较多，就是这个过程。可能现在孩子们都已经不知道曾经的生活是怎样子的。
And this is how the farmers, the local villagers here, used to work on their farmlands. 所以其实现在我们的农业已经进入了一个现代化的时代，可能我们更多的会使用一些机器了啊，可能这些比较老的这种方式已经退出了历史的舞台，是吗？ So we don't use these old tools anymore because now we are entering a new era of agriculture. We are using more agricultural machines here to replace the manual work. 就是现在我们使用机器了，它主要是。
对，全部都是机器使用了，但是这些道具呢，还有一部分还在使用，但是大部分都已经不用了。
So actually, these props, these performers are holding in their hands, are the agricultural tools the farmers here used to use. So how about these performers? Are they the local villagers? 那咱们这个演员都是当地的村民吗？
对，全部都是当地的村民，全部都是。
Well, they are the local villagers. So talking about the zongzi industry here, we know Qianqingtang Village has been noted for the Qingtang zongzi here, which tastes very nice, and also the industry is very profitable. 所以说到我们的粽子产业啊，我们粽子不仅是好吃，而且我们还非常的赚钱的一个生意。
对，是的。
所以我们今天的表演跟我们的粽子产业会有一些联系吗？
有联系，因为粽子也是我们当地生产的， 当然，粽叶也是我们当地种植的，所以说粽叶的这个种植过程全部都有这个过程。
Actually, the food materials to make the special tasty Qianqingtang zongs here are just coming from these cultural activity, these agricultural activities. 那么现在他们进行的是一个什么样的这个生产活动呢？
收割，它这个动作呢是收割，因为我们农耕文化分4个季节，哎，我们要刚开始的时候要种植，后期呢要收割。你看他们这个动作。
Well, this is a spring plowing performance in the season of spring. 就是春天的一个耕种。
对，春天的一个耕种。
And we also know that the Qianqingtang Village used to be a poverty-stricken area because it sits in the deep Lyuliang Mountain. And local people, although they had the tasty zongs, but they didn't develop it into an industry. So many of the local villagers used to suffer poverty. 就是我们也知道，我们曾经也是吕梁山区比较贫困的一个村子。虽然我们有好吃的粽子，但是可能那个时候还没有发展成气候，所以村民可能也会比较受穷的一个状态。是吗？
对，没有，我们这个粽子产业呢，其实这一次呢是第6届，所以说我们这个粽子发展到全国的话，它就是近几年啊。曾经的时代呢，都是我们可能过端午的时候，自己家里面自己家的种的粽叶，自己的米、自己的枣自己包。但是这一次不一样了，我们近几年已经打上全国市场了，所以说我们这个收入也是相当可观的。
So actually, the zongzi industry here in the village has just started to boom in recent years, maybe in recent decade. 就是近几年才发展起来的。
对，近几年发展起来。
And also, this is the 6th festival to celebrate the Dragon Boat holiday. To hold such agricultural activities. I think so much for this part. I think we can move on to the experience area for tourists to have a try to wrap the 粽子。就是我们现在去一下那个体验区，也看一看怎么来包这个粽子。
好的，包粽子其实它的过程非常的简单，但是呢，对于这个新手来说，它还是有一定的技巧的。
Well, wrapping 粽子 may look easy, but it's actually a bit challenging. 所以我们现在就走到体验区来看一下，Okay, here we are. 我们在做一个直播节目，这就是已经准备好的米枣。So these are the food materials to make zongs, and this is the sticky rice. As you can see, it's white, and also the dates. These dates grow locally, and also the leaves. Actually, this is the reed leaves, and not the bamboo leaves, because this is actually special zongzi in northern China, very popular in northern China. It's very different from those in southern part of China. 就是我们这个粽子还是跟南方的不太一样的，是吧？
不太一样的。我们这个粽子的这个造型来说，它是最传统的，一直延续的了我们曾经生活当中的一些常识以及地方文化。
Well, as you can see, the Qianqingtang zongs is a triangle, So it's different from the shape of those in southern China. And this is the very traditional way to make zongzi. 这就是最传统的一个包粽子的方法了。
以前呢，我们包粽子的时候呢，可能是6片、7片啊，现在就是
墙头。以前那个粽子和现在不一样，现在包的是墙头粽子，啊，有3片叶子、3颗籽儿包的。
And they use 3 leaves.
现在是有3片叶子，用的是3颗籽儿啊。
3 leaves and 3 dates.
是有拖叶手法，主要是让正装墙头降枣啊，是拖叶的手法。
So as you can see, she folded the 3 leaves into a kind of triangle to make a hole to fill this rice in it. And also this rope, actually, this 这是一个什么草呀？
这个马莲。
This is 马莲 grass.
这个马莲正的那个粽子就是一个。
To tie up the zongzi. And also, I think this kind of grass can also give a special fragrance to the zongzi. 就是它也能给这个粽子一些香味在里面，是吗？
香味，粽子的香就在这儿呢，香了，这儿。
是在这个根部
这个根部香了。这个为啥一般来说不焦了？这个香就在这儿香了。
While the fragrance mainly come from this part of the leaves, the bottom part of the leaves, 就是这个香气，要让它渗进这个食材
粽子里面。对。用这个
马莲矿豆以后，就是那个特别的那个香味就出来了。用的3片叶子，3颗籽，3
片粽叶，3颗枣，统一手法。统一的，
这做的这些样的这个手法。
以前各自家里面的话，它就不一定了。哎，想吃大的我就包大，想吃小的我就包小。现在呢，我们这个清汤粽子成了非遗产物之后呢，我们就所有的东西都统一了。
And also in the past, different households might make different sides of zongzi, but now after the Qingtang zongzi has been listed into the provincial level intangible cultural heritage, they kind of give some standards to the zongzi making process to make them at the about the same size. Can I have a try? 那现在呢，我就试着包一个吧。
对，
你试试。
And I'm a new I'm a new hand. I'm really a new hand.
这个手指头，接一点啊，接一点，放点手小，这个会头太低。你后头这个。高一点，你看，你后头接的不是这个节俭，不用挖到这儿，挖到这个中间，挖到这后上，挖到这个中间，你看中间咱们就吐不了了，那还是后头，你先后吧，一收着就行，知道了，再中间一两个针，这一排这一收着，对，咱们是这个椰香，这香呢。这个椰香要做个3九香，这个当子是，还有这个中字，中字在这儿刻个结界，后来咱们再做这个这个粥，这个就是个3九香，这个是当，这个当子之后的这儿，对，或者这儿这种3九。
As you can see, you have to make these sharp points here to make it look a triangle at every aspect.
咱们要给它这个倒模子6的后头倒一下，等一下。我觉得我包不好呀。后头这个包已经非常不错了。后头这里的这个在这儿倒去。
来你试，等一下3条。再打一个。这样，你把它这样。然后了，这样。
要给它再或者松了，要或者降一点。对对对。啊，或者降一点，这是啥的？
I don't think I have made a very nice one. 我觉得咱们这个体验呢就可以先到这儿。下面呢我们可能要去真正的去看一看到底我们的粽子店啊做粽子卖粽子是一个什么样的
过程。
所以就谢谢您的解说。Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Okay. Well, now let's move on to the next part of today's live streaming. We're going to find out how the sales in the Zongzi store is going on and how the local villagers are actually making the authentic Qianqingtang zongzi. And we have to hop on a car to get to the next stop. And for more on this part, we are joined by the first party branch secretary of the Qianqingtang Village here. 你好，书记。So this is Zhang Yu, the first party branch secretary of Qianqingtang Village, and we are going to find a store here together. 那么我们就一起上车吧，我们就去探一家店。
好的，
那我们车在这边。
这个车啊。
哎，您从那边上吧。
我从那边上。
Okay, it will take several minutes to get there, and on our way there, we can take a look at the both sides of the road. You can see the reed fields over there in the distance. 所以就是在我们现在往过走的时候呢，我们也可以看看两边的这个芦苇地啊。So how big is the reed fields that we have here in the village? 我们的村呢有多少亩或者多大的这个芦苇地呢？
我们Qianqingtang村这个水资源比较丰富，苇的地一共有400多亩。
400多亩。Well, the village has more than 400 mu of reed fields, and also the village boasts a very rich water resource. 就我们的水资源还挺丰富的，虽然我们是在山区哈。
在那个Lyuliang City这个地方的话，我们Qianqingtang村那个有一口那个井，就说是水资源还是比较丰富的。
有一口井，那井在哪儿
啊？井就在我们村里面啊。
现在还用着呢。
还用这个，对啊。
Well, there is a well in the village. 所以这个井是我们现在主要是做一个什么样的一个用水呢？
它这个是那个泉水，涌出来的是泉水，对，所以说用这个泉水煲出来的粽子就是特别的香甜可口。
说明做粽子会去这个井里打水来做粽子。
哎，对对对。
While local villagers will get water from this well, actually the spring water, to make zongzi, and that makes the zongzi taste very delicious and very special. 我们现在看这个芦苇这个长势啊，它是现在属于它生长期的一个什么样的阶段？我听说就是之前就是已经采过一些大的叶子了，是吧？
哎，对，没错没错，
Well, as you can see, the leaves on these reed look small. Because previously, about a couple of days ago, local villagers have already harvested the big ones for making zongzi, because now is the peak season for zongzi sales. So talking about the zongzi industry, I think we already here in this food street here, snack street here. So let's get off the car first. OK, 咱们下车吧，咱们到了。Well, this is actually a snack street of the village because it's still early in the morning and it's very hot, so there's few people here. But when it's in the evening, at the sunset time, there will be many people here, and it will be very noisy. So, Secretary 张，就是我们这个是一个美食街哈。
哎，对，这个是我们那个2022年的时候，我们Qianqingtang从事那个乡村振兴的一个示范村，那个根据这个乡村振兴的这个契机，然后我们这边修了一个美食一条街。
哦，就去年才修的。
去年才修的，对。
Well, this snack street was just built up in last year. The village kind of took advantage of the rural vitalization project to build this street. And it has also become a hot spot among the local villagers. 就晚上特别热闹哈，关那个晚上村民都来这边。
对，晚上的时候那个县城旁边那个旁边的游客也过来那个转一转，然后那个旁边那个有那个小吃卖小吃的特别红火。
As you can see, many snack bars and many tourists love to come here to have fun. And most importantly, there are many popular zongzi stores here. And they sell the freshly made zongzi. And also the vacuum packaged zongzi. 那我们前面应该就到了这个比较火爆的一家粽子店了，是吧？
对，没错，因为这个粽子店呢是开到这个基本上是那个游客比较多的地方所以说他这个人他自己还经营一个那个游乐场，刚开始经营游乐场，后来那个烧的卖粽子，后来那个游客比较多，买粽子比较多，慢慢的主要是做粽子了，现在。
While the owner of this store also runs some entertainment facilities here for the tourists. Okay, here we are. Let's say hi to the head of this store. Okay, thank you, Secretary Zhang, so much for your part. Thank you. 刘老板你好，我们这直播就过来了So this is 刘军芳 head of this zongzi store. 您就是这家店的店主哈。He looks very young, right? Only 28 years old. 就是你才28岁对吧？
对对。
所以能讲讲你的故事吗？ Tell us more about your story. When did you come back to the village to start the zongzi business? 就是您什么时候回来？
我从20年开始回来做的这个粽子项目，之前呢别人做，但是感觉还是不怎么样。但是20年呢突然有一个机遇，然后我就回来，正好赶上了个疫情，然后人们都出不去，然后一下就把我这里给带火了。然后我的粽子就供不应求，一直就做到现在。
Well, he actually started the zongzi business in 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic hit the country, and at that time many people couldn't go out, so they might have all come to taste the zongzi here and made the products here very popular. 是这样的哈。So. How about your business recently? 最近的生意怎么样？
最近生意挺好，就是货供不应求了，已经有多少卖多少。
Well, their business is really booming, and their supply cannot meet the demands. 这样吧，我们先看看我们粽子是怎么制作的吧。
行，好的。
So now let's go inside to take a look at how the local women villagers make zongzi here in a very traditional way.
这边就是咱们包粽子的地方了。
所以这都是咱们村里的大姐们，是吗？
对对对。
大姐你好。
你好。
看你挺忙的哈。
啊。
最近是不是每天都在这包粽子呀？特别忙。
对。
Well, she's quite busy making zongs here these days. So how many zongs do you make a day? 你一天能包多少个？
我一天，包上那个1200。
1200。Wow. She can make 1,200 to 1,300 zongs a day. So how much money can you make for a day? 就是一天能赚多少钱？
一天能赚多少钱？最好300多一点。
300多。
And
she can earn more than 300 yuan a day by making zongs here. And we can see that the dates they use here are different from the previous ones we just saw. 这个枣是一个什么样的枣呀？
这是一个蜜枣。
Well, it's honey-soaked date. 就是蜜来腌制的枣是吗？
对。
然后我们这个米呢，这个米是经过什么样的一个处理呢 ？How do you process the rice, sticky rice? 这个米是怎么处理的？
这个米的那个泡了嘛，水泡上。
要泡多久啊？
泡上那个看那个气温是吧？那个啤酒气温那个热的话了，像现在吧泡上那个6、7天、7、8天，像那个比较天气凉的时候吧，8、9天、10来天都行，看那个气温是吧
？All depends on the temperatures. The rice should be soaked in water for a week or so. 我看这个您包的特别快哈 ，you are really a quick hand. 这个包粽子怎么才能像您包的这么熟练呢？
这个比如说你刚开始的时候吧，你学会的时候，然后就是说的那个是熟悉了就为难了吧，怎么包也就行了嘛。
就是有个过程。
对。
还得多练，是不是？
对对，就跟那个超市的那个台上，怎么说那个？台下是年光，台上也放砖。
Well, you need to spend lots of time practicing this to be as quick as she. So practice makes perfect. 所以这就是我们一个这个制作车间哈。
对对对。
然后我们可以看一下，这就是包好的粽子，像这样，这样一大盒一大盒的。那么下一步是一个什么样的一个烹饪？
下一步包好以后就是煮粽子的过程了。
Well, the next this zongzi will be boiled. 这个怎么煮呢？
像这个锅里头现在就是煮好的，马上就得出锅了。对，这就是现在煮好的。
你也看这个锅很大哈。
对，挺大锅。
Well, this is a very big container, as you can see, the boiling water, and the zongzi has been pressed down there by this stack. 我们看一下这个炉子。Let's take a look at the stove here. It's also a traditional one using coal. 这个我们也是使用一个炭火啊。
对，最传统的炭火粽子。
炭火。
对，它煮出来以后那个味道就特别好，特别香。
Well, zongs boiled by such coal stove will have a very special flavor. Tastes fragrant. 那我们这个煮的过程需要多长时间啊？
煮的话就是锅煮开以后，还得锅里头小火冻个3个小时左右吧。它主要是看你泡米的时间呀，这些都有关系。
Well, the zongs have to be boiled for around 3 hours. 那确实是一个煮的时间还挺长的。
对
，a very long time。
它煮的其实挺快，但是主要还是它有那个焖的那个过程，这个是最关键的。
焖的过程。
对。这就是现在已经煮出来的，等一下就开始要降温了，降完温以后就可以出锅了。
Well, these zongs are already done. And when it cools down, they will bring it out of this container for sales. 那我们内锅是有吗？
这个也是刚煮进去的。
嗯。Well, they use these big zongs to press the stack to make the zongs stay tightly with each other and remain at the down part of this container. 这个为什么要压着它呀？ Why do we use such big stones to press them?
这个要是不压的话，哈，你就是你锅一往开煮以后啊，它那个水沸腾起来以后，它容易把那个粽子给弄的给都给散了，就是避免这个原因。
Well, it prevents these stones help prevent these zongs from getting out of the container and also break the leaves that wrap them. 那我们现在就来看看咱们正在卖的粽子吧。
行，好的。这边就是出完锅、降完温以后的粽子就在这边开始卖。
Well, these zongs already cool down from the hot ones. 我们打开一个看看吧。
可以。这个粽子
Well, it's very sticky.
拉丝的这种，就特别好，因为它这个粽子现在还稍微有点热，稍微凉一会儿以后，它这个就是一个出来剥开以后就是一个整体，特别吃起来特别软糯。
And also 就是这个叶子也会给它一种特殊的香味儿，是吧？
对，它这个像我们清汤粽子，它有4种香味儿，粽叶香、米香。还有那个马莲香，还有这个枣香，四味融合到一起，这就叫我们清汤粽子。
Well, the 清汤粽 boasts 4 kinds of fragrance. They each come from the reed leaves and also the dates, the rice, and also the rope, the 马莲草the 马莲 grass， 是吧？就有4种香。
对。
对我，让我尝一下吧。It tastes fresh, sticky, and also very soft. And also the date, the honey-soaked date, tastes very sweet.
它这个粽子哈，你就是现在因为它有点热，就是一会儿稍微放凉一会儿以后哈，它就是，假如你一天吃几个粽子哈，就是你2个小时吃一个粽子是一种口味，你再放个4、5个小时过来又是另一种味道，再放几个又是另一种味道，它。多放就是当天的粽子哈，你就是早上煮出来，放到下午以后，这个粽子口感特别好。
Well, after the zongs is done, it often tastes different in different times. 不同的时候吃它风味不一样。
对，因为你这个像今天早上刚煮出来的，它时间还是有点短。你就是放到下午吃，它再放2个小时左右，它吃的时候就是一个剥开以后就是看到拉碎以后剥开以后就是一个整体。
So these zongs were just made early in this morning. 就是咱们这个粽子是今天早上刚刚做出来的，
对，今天早上刚做出来的。
就是咱们几点就起来开始营业，开始做粽子 ？When do you get up every day recently to make 粽子？
昨天晚上打包完货的时候就已经2点多了。
那是晚上2点。
对，今天凌晨2点多了。早上4点多就睡了2小时，就起来就开始继续煮了，要不然今天白天就没有卖的了。
Well, recently there are really working in full gear, really busy, and they often work till the next day early in the morning at about 2 o'clock and just get up at 4 o'clock， 就是4点就又起来了。好，这个可以先放在这儿。So actually, Liu Cunfang is one of many young people who have come back to the village in recent years to start business and have a better life here actually. 就是其实你也是咱们近几年中返乡青年回乡创业的一员，是吧？
我是最早回来的一批，因为20年之前有人做，但是不多。像我这种年轻的，估计也就1、2个吧。但是经过这2年我们做起来以后哈，现在反正就是比之前哈，相对增加了很多。像之前外面打工的，一年挣几万块钱的，现在都回来开始做粽子了。都不出去了，因为你在门口卖粽子就一年赚个几万块钱，你出去跑1年你才赚几万，肯定就不出去了。
Well, now as the rural industry, rural business has been booming. Many young people now choose to stay at home to make money at their doorstep instead of going outside the province to work, where they used to make tens of thousands of yuan. 所以回家以后你觉得反而更好 ？You think now is better than the past?
对，你自己家门口可以赚钱，干嘛要跑出去呢？这就是一种天时地利人和吧，集中到一块儿，给的这么个机遇。
Well, it's really a good opportunity for them to work at home. So how many zongs do you sell a day in recent days? 就是最近你们一天能卖多少个粽子？
一天有多少卖多少呗，反正卖1万个左右差不多吧。对，1万个。
Well, during the recent peak season, the store can sell around 10,000 zongs a day. So how about a year? 就一年能做多少个粽子？
一年平均下来，反正是整体一年下来，像我家是1年4季做，下来以后能做个60、70万个吧。
60、70万。
对，因为现在已经到了旺季，这2天就是旺季，平均一天就是一天卖个1万左右，有多少卖多少。
Well, for a year they can make 600,000 to 700,000 zongs.
有的，这就是小米老块我一个，4块的。
And also, I know that a zongs is priced at about 2.5 yuan.
我们是盖着吃的。盖着吃的。
Okay. Thanks for sharing your story with us today. Thank you very much. And I guess that's it for today's live streaming here in the Qianqingtang Village, the Zongzi Village here in Lyuliang City, northern China's Shanxi province. And please follow us on different social media platforms across the globe. And I'm CGTN reporter Chao. See you next time. Bye.